Hindi ko maipilit, tila ko'y nakalutang nasa langit, ngunit nalulunod sa iyong mga ngiti. At kung hanggang dito lang talaga tayo, hindi pababayaan ang daang dinagatapiling ka. Kung umabot tayo hanggang dulo at ikaw nang mahigpit, aabutin natin ang mga tala. Nakikita ko sa iyong mga mata. Tingin ng iyong mga batay, hinahanap ko sa mga tala. Maaaring kinabukasan ay mag-iba na.
Les Misérables. It was a quiet, sunny day.
Thanks, sir.
Jean Valjean had been in prison for 19 years. Slowly, he raised his eyes to the sun, which he hadn't seen in so many years.
Yes, I'm free at last.
Hungry and exhausted, he went to a restaurant hoping for a little food.
I will not serve an ex-convict.
But I am not violent criminal.
It makes no difference to me. Go away.
Facing such rejection and discrimination, Jean Valjean felt desperate and miserable. Jean Valjean knew that he had once been a good man. He had lived with his widowed sister and her young children. They were very poor, and although he worked very hard, he could never make enough to support all of them.
Help! Help! There's a thief! Stop!
He snatched a loaf of bread and ran. He hadn't gone far when he was caught by the police.
Hey, stop! Please let me go.
Worried about his
I'm not
family,
criminal.
Jean Valjean had tried to escape from prison many times. He was caught every time, and his sentence was extended as punishment. It had started as 3 years, but soon became 10, then 15, and finally 19 years. Jean Valjean collapsed in the street.
Hey, wake up, young man. You will die of heat out here.
When Jean Valjean came to himself, he thought about telling the priest his story. But he stopped himself. The kind-hearted priest took pity on Jean Valjean and gave him some warm food.
Follow here. Here, help yourself.
Thanks, brother. I must tell you, I am a sinner. I should have told you right away, but
Do not upset yourself, my son. You have repented your sins and have been forgiven. You are free now and can begin a new life.
thank you very much, Father.
The priest was so generous and good to him that it made Jean
go now.
Valjean feel guilty.
Hey! Show me your travel pass.
Oh, it's a yellow pass. You're an ex-convict.
That in your bag. It's just a clothes, sir.
Let me see it.
Jean Valjean was stopped by the police when he had to show his travel pass. Jean Valjean was arrested for stealing once more. The police came to speak to the priest when he was having dinner that evening.
Monsignor!
Silence! He is Monsignor, the bishop.
Ah, here you are. I'm glad to see you. Well, but how it is? I'll give you the candlesticks too. From this, you can certainly get 200 francs. Why you don't throw them away with your fork and spoons?
Monsignor, so what this man said is true then?
I told you, it was given by the all-kind priest. And then you brought him back here? It's a mistake.
In that case, can we let him go?
Certainly.
Is it true that I'm to be released? Yes, you are
Before the
released,
police
don't you
officer
understand?
could continue, the priest rushed forward and took Jean Valjean's hands.
That candlesticks. Now, go in peace.
The police could tell something was not quite right, but they had no choice but to believe the priest's story.
You may retire now, gentlemen. Don't forget, never forget. You have promised me to use this money in becoming a harnessman.
Yes, Father.
Jean Valjean, my brother, you no longer belong to evil, but to good. I withdraw
Jean
it
was
from
deeply
black
moved
thoughts.
by the priest's kindness, and tears of remorse filled his eyes.
Siguro nga masyadong mabilis ang pagyanig ng puso ko para sa puso mo. Siguro nga ako ay makulit, ayaw makinig sa takbo ng isip. Hindi ko maipilit, tila ko ay nakalitang nasa langit. Ngunit nangunod sa iyong mga ngiti. Ako hanggang dito lang talaga tayo. Hindi pa babayaan ang daan, di na makapiling ka. Kung umabot tayo hanggang dulo, hanggang na mahigpit, aabutin natin ang mga tala. Ang hiling ng mga talay nakikita ko sa iyong mga mata. Ang hiling ng iyong mga mata'y hinahanap ko sa mga tala. Maaaring kinabukasan ay mag-iba na.
Sino ka rin?
Naririnig nyo? Ulit.